Hello. Today we're going to review the 5 main text structures that you learned about this school year. You're going to pick one of these structures to use to create your paragraphs tomorrow about your tribe. You can do descriptive, where you describe a topic, your tribe, an idea, person, or thing by giving specific information about it. Sometimes this information looks like your 5 senses and specific examples. The next text structure is to compare and contrast. How are two things alike and how are they different? You should have done this during reading today. Cause and effects shows the relationship between the cause, why, and effect, what happened. Because it rained, the effect was there was a rainbow afterwards. Or because it's raining, the effect is people need to carry umbrellas. Sequential explains events or steps in order to tell how something is done or how something happens. If I was to write a chapter about Lewis and Clark's expedition, I might write a sequential chapter to describe the actual journey itself and where each of their stops were, or where their forts are. Problem and solution discusses a problem and gives possible solutions to fix that problem. There's a lot of garbage on the ground. So, a solution is people picking it up, and another solution is recycling. These are our 5 main text structures that you learned about throughout the school year. Text structure has its own diagram that you can use to plan and fill out. You can do this by drawing it on paper, printing out the template you want to use, or simply typing in the document that was uploaded to Google Classroom for you. Cause and effect, sequential, problem and solution, description, compare and contrast. My assigned chapter is immigration. Immigration is the action of coming to live permanently in a foreign country. You can see how different the Native Americans are dressed here versus the other people who are immigrating here. There's differences in the clothing, and this often involves large ships. For example, many of your families may have moved here from China or Italy or Korea, India, or somewhere else. But now your grandparents, parents, and you live in the United States. Most of us who live in the United States today are all here because somebody in our family tree immigrated and moved to the United States. During the 1800s and many years after, many British, Dutch, and others came to North America looking for new land, new opportunities, and new homes, or just a better life in general. Native Americans referred to these immigrants as the white man. Colonization. Colonization is the act of settling among or establishing control over the indigenous, native, or original people of that area. So when the British and the Dutch came, they had to either live with, among them, or take control over the people who already lived there. Remember, many of these people, including Christopher Columbus, thought that they were finding a new land and didn't realize that people were already living here. So they kind of took over a little bit. So for some tribes, this went peaceful. But for most tribes, inevitably, it ended in the white man taking control to colonize in their area, which forced many of our tribes into different reservations, different states, or even different countries. What effects could immigration and colonization have had on Native Americans? Well, there are a few. When these immigrants came, they brought with them new diseases that our tribes were not used to and didn't already have medicines to help them heal. As it was, getting sick took them months to get over. Remember when Sacagawea got sick and it took her, I think, four weeks to heal? Loss of land. This is a map that shows how much smaller the Palestinian loss of their land was. That white land is no longer theirs. They also got new resources. These immigrants brought with them iron tools and different resources, other types of beading, clothing especially, that the Native Americans could use. Something they were probably most excited about were shoes, since their moccasins didn't last very long. Death. Unfortunately, a lot of the immigration and colonization resulted in war and fighting. So many of the Lenape, as well as your Native American tribes, probably lost a lot of their people. Remember, most of them just had knives, bows, and arrows, whereas the immigrants brought with them guns. This meant less food. The Native Americans now had to share the animals they were hunting. They also had to share their lands that they were farming on and the roots of the plants that they were gathering and eating. So overall, there was less food for the whole tribe, which again could have resulted in starvation and death. New tools. Just like they got new cookware and new clothes, they also got new tools. Many of these tribes traded for the guns, for their stronger axes, rather than having to hammer out sharp stones and things. Now they had newer metals and woods that they were able to work with. Knowing what I know about the British and Dutch immigrants colonizing the Lenape land and the toll it took on the Lenape tribe, which text feature is the best for planning my chapter? Could I tell the sequence of how they came? I guess that's a possibility. Am I describing something? Not really. I'm really talking about the two different groups of people, the immigrants and the Lenape. Could I compare the Lenape's life before and after immigration? I could, but I don't think that's what most of my information is about. What about cause and effect? Yes, this might work. Because of immigration or because of Dutch colonization, the effects were, well, unfortunately, diseases, death, and they had positive effects too, like newer resources. I'm going to write my immigration chapter using the cause and effect structure. Here's my graphic organizer. I took the information I learned and read on my Padlet with my tribe group and filled out the graphic organizer using my own notes as well. Because of wars and battles, the effect was population decreases for the Lenape. Because the Lenape were trading resources with the immigrants, the Iroquois tribe thinks the Lenape are weak. Those of you who are studying the Iroquois, you might have noticed that they put up a little bit stronger of a fight and were a bit more stubborn when it came to trading or giving anything away to these white men. Because the Dutch failed, tricky lawyers had to get involved to try to get the Lenape land. As a result, the white men got smarter and eventually the Lenape lost their land. Now I'll be ready to write my chapter tomorrow. You try. Read the information in your chapter. In your chapter column on Padlet to see what information your group learned. Then read your write-along from yesterday. Which text feature would best fit the information that your group and you have collected about your chapter topic? Good luck, and remember, I'm here if you have any questions.